Welcome to another episode of the Leaders Code podcast, where we explore the stories behind resilient, purpose-driven leaders. I am your host, Rawal Ayoubi, and I'm delighted to have you with us. True strength lies not in never falling, but in the courage to rise after every stumble. A strong woman is one who transforms adversity into wisdom and failure into the first step toward success. She faces responsibilities that often seem beyond her capacity, yet she never gives in. Instead, she draws power from her trials, turning hardship into triumph. Do not fear failure. Embrace it as an essential chapter in your life story. Learn from it, grow through it, and keep walking your unique path, the one only you can shape into something extraordinary. Success is never served on a silver platter. It's earned through resilience, patience, and vision. The wise woman sees every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a stepping stone, and every ordeal as a hidden gift. Today, we are honored to welcome a woman who has done just that, crafted her journey with her own hands, rising above the storms with grace and determination. She painted her story in the bold colors of hope and optimism, and in doing so, became as an inspiration to us all. Welcome, Asma Aguleh, the founder of MWC. Welcome here today.
Thank you. My God, that was such a beautiful intro. Thank you so much.
I want you to introduce yourself, Asma, for those who don't know you.
Okay, so my title is Asma Aguleh. I think first and foremost, I'm a mother of 6 children. I am an international educator. I have worked in the education system for almost 2 decades. Alhamdulillah, I have the privilege of being through every single realm of the education system. And most recently, as you mentioned, I am the founding leader of MWC, the conversation company, where I coach and train, empower and inspire people to overcome their hardships and fulfill their dreams.
Tell us a little bit about this project, this beautiful project, MWC.
Yeah, so the conversation company, as the name says, we're all about having conversations, having meaningful conscious conversations, and we do this through a very, very unique approach called phototherapy. For me, my inspiration draws from the idea that sometimes people do not have the words to articulate what they are feeling, what they are thinking, or to express. Sometimes it takes an image to get all that out, and you know how they say sometimes a picture says 1,000 words. It's pretty much like that. So yeah, it's about inspiring and building people to overcome whatever it is that they are facing, or whatever it is that they want to achieve, giving them that clarity, giving them that sense of purpose, and just using it through very special uniques, using words, using techniques such as good questioning, and all faith inspired as well.
That's amazing, but what brought you to where you are today? I know you worked across different culture, different contexts, like from Saudi Arabia to Dubai in Middle East. What sort of things adapt your leadership approach across different systems and cultures? How did you adapt your leadership approach through that?
Well, we all begin from somewhere, right? So obviously I began as a teacher, but subhanallah, I think before I saw the skills that I had in me, others saw it, and so subhanallah, I think I had the blessing to be around people that noticed the few gifts and skills that I possess, and they nurtured that. And obviously I think I'm a kind of person that's very competitive at the same time, just driven to be a part of everything and to grow. Like, I love that. I feed on that. And I took every opportunity to say to myself, why not? Like, this principal inspired me. I could be that principal one day.
Yeah.
This leader inspired me. I could be that. So I had that kind of mindset. And I think that's what it was that took me from, it's amazing to be a teacher and I want to be more. And to be more, you've got to put in that work and be inspired by the people around you. And that's exactly what happened from the different leaders that were put in my path and the different challenges that I faced from, all works of life in the education system, shaped where I am today.
But was there any specific experience that shaped this unique approach? You want to share it
Most
with
definitely,
us?
most definitely. I think it's the challenges that uplift you, not set you back.
Mm.
And in the midst of it, in the moment of those challenges, you don't realize it. For example, the coaching journey, it was only stumbled on because I was in my lowest point of life.
Yeah. What do you mean by the lowest point of your life?
It was a moment where I forgot who I was because of the environment that I was in. And so I was in a leadership position where I didn't have the right people around me.
Yeah.
And I didn't have people who were driven by the same passion and the same purpose. And in the end, that took a lot away from me. And forcefully, I had to kind of accept that and leave with whatever remained of me. And I say this, I'm blessed to have the knowledge to know that I needed help. And that's where the journey of coaching came in. And it was a blessing because it was a realm of development and education that I wasn't introduced to before. And so when I was seeking help and struggled to find it, and I was very specific with the kind of help that I wanted, and when that came to me, I embraced it, and I went on my own healing journey and realized now I'm up to the stage in my life where I want to be this master life coach and this coach that, takes people, on their life journey.
So you mentioned here that you didn't have the people around you that you are comfortable with to work with. How do you choose your people now? It's big tricky things, is it?
Yeah.
How do you choose your people? How do you embrace this approach of leadership in a workplace that you can't choose people?
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you're thrown in a position where you can't choose the people you are. And I think you have to stay true to who you are.
Yes.
You really do. Your values speak louder than anything. Because remember, for me, my perspective on leadership is impact. And it's how I choose to impact people, not how they impact me in terms of, what I want to get out of them. So role modeling is the biggest thing that I discovered was what shaped me.
Yes.
The good and the bad. So that's what I take.
I know, Asma, you are doing incredible work now, from teaching, training to founding impactful organization, but your journey hasn't been without challenges. So tell us, what tools have you used that transform your pain into purpose, into both personal healing and leadership journey?
I would say emotional intelligence.
Which element in the emotional intelligence? Can you tell us a little bit about this, please?
I think self-awareness and understanding how you work, how your mind works, how your emotions work, that's so crucial. That's so crucial in order for you to know how to overcome the challenges that come in your life. And I think the tool that I picked up is adaptability as well, and not taking things personal.
Right.
Don't take things personal.
Yes, yes. Isn't it difficult, like how to self-regulate your emotion and don't take it personal? This is really amazing.
It was, and it took me a long time to learn that, to realize that I needed to have emotional regulation. I needed to understand myself, and then be able to deal, with the challenges in a better lens.
That give me bit of thought about asking you this question as well. According to recent development in neuroscience, suggests that emotions at work doesn't just really impact people around you, but it is contagious.
100%.
And it's just influencing their emotions and mindset as well. As a leader, how do you stay emotionally aware of the emotion you bring into your team and or workplace, since you are talking about emotional intelligence? Let's stay with that for a moment.
Look, I think it's so now, subhanAllah, being into the whole coaching realm, I'm feeding myself a lot more knowledge in psychology and, like you said, all of that, understanding the human mind and the human behavior and the human body. I think what you need to know is obviously understand yourself really, really well, understand your values, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses, understand all of that. You need to be able to know that going into anything, any workplace, any position, like as a leader. And I keep saying, be who you are, and people feel it.
What's your strength, Asma? What's so unique about Asma?
Well, I've been told. I think it's my interpersonal skills.
Which one?
I have a lot of empathy, and my dad says this to me. Funnily, he says I'm a very good listener.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I think that's a skill that people don't utilize a lot these days. So listening with, full compassion, full understanding, full whole body listening, and really just for no sake of just really just being there for that person, and giving them that space. I think that's what it is.
I think you need a lot of patience to listen, Asma, is that right?
You do.
But I want to ask you as well, what one of the toughest moments that Asma went through in her leadership career, and how did you grow from it?
I think you'll face resistance as a leader.
Yeah.
So there was 2 instances that I can recall. I was thrown into a leadership position quite young, and being a young leader, obviously you had resistance from the more mature, more experienced, I guess, people around you. And I think at that moment, I really, really thought, it's not about me. It really isn't about you. This person isn't attacking you. It's this change. It's the idea of, what you're going to be bringing in. And all you have to do is just keep being who you are and show them what you have. And show them what you have.
What was about? What's the idea behind the resistance?
How could someone as young as you lead us? How could somebody as young as you have more skills?
Yeah.
And give us, I guess, instructions and
guidance. Is that
guidance.
because of your gender?
No, it was a woman's workplace, but it was
young.
It's like how could you don't
leader.
know much, and I didn't. I think that's who I am. Also, I'm a very transparent person. I never ever say to you I'm an expert in such and such. I'm on a learning journey just like you, but I am very passionate. I am very inspirational. I am very dedicated. I'm very committed. And it shows through. You just keep at it, consistency. That's what it is. Yeah.
I love this quote. Confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. As a young leader at the age of 30, you faced skepticism. So what helped you maintain your confidence and continue leading despite the doubts?
I tell you what, I wasn't always confident. Yeah, truth be told, I think the people around me, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because at that time I didn't have emotional intelligence, mind you. You had to learn it. And so obviously your confidence in yourself goes down a little bit. But people around you that believe in you and see your worth and see the potential that you have, they're the ones that uplift you in terms of staying confident.
And this is, Asma, brings me to something I remember you told me when we were discussing this podcast before. You said to me, building a strong support network. It really stuck with me. Can you tell me what it means to you and why it's essential in a leader's journey?
Yeah. I walk the walk alone, and it is so difficult. It's so difficult, and I don't think it's meant to be. I don't think any person on earth should be walking alone in any journey, let alone, being a leader. I think it's something like, a friend of mine and we talk about it so much, this support network. Every person, especially women, should have a group of people, at least four people that you refer to as your support network. Support in all areas. And these people are the people that see everything in you. These people that have your back. These are the people that will put you back in place as well when you need it. They're the ones that get you through some of your hardships and your challenges, and they're there with you through your good times as well. Mm-hmm. So
is that
essential.
People who cares about you? You mean you want really friendship out of this support network, or it doesn't mean that?
I think it's deeper than a friendship. I think it's these people that believe in your goal and want to see you achieve your goal with no strings attached. And you feel the same way as them. You love them for that sake. You're with them for that purpose. Because you know what? I want to see you grow. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you succeed. And I'm going to help you along the way.
How do you choose this support network?
I don't know. I think they come to you, your energy. Okay. I think it's through trial and error as well.
People like you, yeah?
Yeah. And then, you attract the people that you are the same as you and the same energy. And, we believe Allah sends the right people towards you. And I think that's what it is. Have at least 3 or 4. That's what I say. Have at least three or four.
Asma, the way that every individual engages with leadership is different from the way that others will. So what's so unique about your leadership style?
I'm transparent. Yeah, I'm transparent. And I think just as I don't like to be judged, I try to come in with a non-judgmental attitude, So for me, it's just see the people as human beings.
Yeah.
See their human side. Build those relationships, build those connections. Building connections is success to anything.
And people can feel it when you are transparent and when you are genuine with them as well. You attract people like you, as you said, Asma.
And show them well-being matters. Well-being does. Without their well-being taken in consideration, I just don't see where success equals. You'll never get that. The formula fails. You have to have that element or that aspect of well-being in there. It just plays a crucial role in everything, in getting the results, getting the outcome, getting the growth that you need.
Beautiful. That's beautiful and very inspiring. Let's get to do this small activity. Asma, you have 3 cards. On each card you have a set of elements under values, skill and mindset. You can start with values. I want you to choose 3 elements under values. The most important values that made you go through this leadership journey. It's really tied to you. What are they?
I think what was modeled to me throughout my life and what has become one of my key values is obviously integrity and trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's something my parents modeled, and they lived by. The greatest leaders that were put in my path showed that, and I honour it highly. So yeah, integrity and trust is number one up there. Authenticity, yes, you know, about transparency. I'm tossing up between compassion and courage, but I think I'll go with compassion. You have to be compassionate.
Walk me through this compassion one. What does mean to you?
I think you just...
Any story behind this?
Well, I mean, I relate it to myself.
Yeah.
It's so funny because...
Your personality, yeah?
Yeah,
Asma?
I mean, look at it. I mean, I'd like people to be a bit compassionate
Yes.
to my situations and who I am, and just, you know, that understanding of... Because you don't want to put people down. You want to lift them up. People don't do things, fail in their performance purposefully. I think there's always something behind it. There's always a story. And I remember, like, for me, I mean, look at me, mother of 6, has to juggle in, and I'm a friend and a daughter and a business owner and this and this and this and that. And sometimes, you fail through in some of the things that you have to do, and you just ask for a little bit of compassion in.
But what's the secret code behind organizing all this? Being a mother, a coach, and trainer, and a founder.
Passion
behind all of this push you to do this.
And belief that you can. And I mean, we all have values, and we all have purpose. And knowing your purpose and going for it no matter what. But at the same time, being a realist and realizing that there are a few things that will get sacrificed along the way.
Like what?
Everything, whether it's your time with your children,
yes.
whether it's self-care, whether it's family time, everything. There's always something that gets sacrificed. But as long as you catch yourself and realize, okay, now let's try to, give that, its due and work on that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Let's go through the second card. So can you choose 3 of those as well? The skills.
Definitely, obviously, because I'm a conversation company, so communication.
Yeah, the top one.
Yes, communication is key. Communication. How we communicate, the way we choose to communicate, who we communicate with. Without it, so many problems happen. And with it, we can move mountains.
Why there is a problem if you don't communicate?
Oh, the unsaid, the unknown, the misunderstandings.
Maybe the judgment as well.
100%.
Assuming people, about people,
100%.
things. Yeah.
No, it's a crucial skill.
Do you think we are using this communication skill these days?
No, unfortunately we're not. And we don't realise, especially in the education system, we don't realise the power of it in terms of how it can support us for the rest of our life, in every aspect of our life. I mean, in fact, if I was to ever... And I think this is a fact that the number one skill that people look for in an employee is communication. And I'm the same. Like, I want to hire people that have those skills, especially communication.
Excellent. What else? What other skills?
Listening is a big one. Yeah, obviously communication and listening go hand in hand. You definitely need to be a person that listens not just to respond.
Yes.
Listens to understand.
That's what people do these days, just listen to respond and not. But yeah, listening is more than that. Listening with your heart and your mind, actually, to just listen to people.
And that's powerful because you actually give that space of yours to somebody else. Like you said, no judgment, nothing in return. So, yeah, it's powerful.
To have their voice as well.
Yeah. Empowerment.
We're
all about empowering. and inspiring.
So empowerment is the third
Is a
one.
skill, yeah.
Beautiful. So what sort of mindset shift you have through this journey as well? I know you went through a lot of challenges, Asma. So what sort of mindset shift that you used to grow from these challenges?
One, if I had to choose one, it would be reflective mindset.
No, you choose two or
Okay.
three.
All
So
of them.
reflective mindset. So through the reflection, that's very amazing to have this as a first one. But tell me why it's so important. I know from your personality, yes, reflection is Asma, like you reflect a lot. But why? Tell us why.
It's powerful.
Why it's powerful.
It opens up the realm of understanding, compassion, everything. It opens everything up. Because when you just go that step further and just think critically and reflect on a situation and see it from a different lens, it not only changes your understanding or your position, but the emotions that are associated with it as well. And without reflection, for me, without reflection, you can't grow.
So what's the plan? So you reflect about something you've done throughout the day, and how do your reflection guides you to do better?
I think, if we were to look at it, from what we were taught as teachers, we were taught that it was part of the job. You had to reflect on students' work. You had to reflect on your work. What could you do better to meet the needs of those children or those students? How could you best support that? And knowing that, having that day in and day out for years, when it comes to your own personal problems, when it comes to your own situations and challenges, you sit and you go, right, let's look at it in a different way. Let's understand why this happened. And what's the lesson behind it? What can I take away from it? I think that's where it is.
Taking lessons from your reflect on your experience, probably on your mistakes. Is that right?
That's it.
That's beautiful, Asma.
That's it,
Yeah.
And
what else? Just choose one more.
I'd like to say persistence, only because I'm not the kind of person that gives up. I'm like, no matter what, I don't care.
Are you using
and that's my competitive nature. Yeah. But resilience stands out as well, because I never let anything bring me down. Not for too long, anyway.
Yeah.
Not for too long.
Excellent. That's so. According to all of this, based on the values, mindset, and skills, there are some steps in your life. Is that from the knowledge that you get, educational, formal education, or lived experience, or both? What do you think? What was the most important knowledge that you get through this journey?
I think it's both. I think you're right. I think, obviously the knowledge is really important to attain it, but the lived experience, the role modeling that, you've been given in your life. It was funny because just yesterday I was reflecting with the group of students about the person who helped shape who you are. And, we don't do that often, you look back at your life and you realize, oh my God, actually there is a few people that stood out. And it's sometimes you automatically go to the people that you believe were the ones that played a vital part in your life, like your parents. My dad's amazing. He's such a leader. He's a visionary. He's this and that. Or was it my mum who was, illiterate, but then inspired every single one of her children to become something? And then you go, no, I had a teacher that supported me. I had someone who said, you've got this. I had that. I think every single human being has that. Every single human being have people that come in their life and just are part of that journey that shape you. Some of them stand out more than others. And at the same time, going back to the challenges, I think the people that hurt me the most shaped me more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting to hear. People that hurt you most shaped you more. That's beautiful. I want you to ask you about some strategies as well in your life. Since balancing cultural expectations and leadership ambitions is so hard, what sort of strategies you have to balance, to navigate this balance actually? So I have 4 strategies here out of research, and I call them leadership compass. So I want you to look at the boxes. Each box has one strategy on the top, and I want you to arrange them in order of importance. The most important one to Asma, and then to the least dominant. Walk me through the most important one, please.
Okay. Wow. Here we go.
Yeah. So is that the most important?
Yeah.
So vision-driven transformation is the most important to Asma. Then
Risk-taking.
Risk-taking through communication. And the third one, continuous learning. And the last one is?
Trust-based decision-making.
Why trust-based decision-making is the last one?
I just look at it as a hierarchy in my head. This is my head, yeah? So obviously you have to begin with a vision, right?
Yes.
You have to begin with somewhere, some goal, you have to be driven by something, a purpose. And that's when effective communication and risk-taking in order to achieve that has to come in play.
Yes.
And as you navigate this, you're obviously going through a journey of continuous learning. And then it's about applying it and trusting the process and going, all right, let's do this.
So here you stop to reflect and then learn how to go back and do some trust decision making. Is that right?
That's it.
What sort of legacy you want to leave to other young women leaders?
Oh, got me.
Why are you so emotional now?
Oh, I actually didn't think I would get emotional.
I think it's so deep, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, legacies, how do we want to be remembered?
Yeah.
I think I want to be remembered as someone that was courageous, creative. I do have a creative side, and I think how do I want to be remembered? Courageous, creative, and just community giver. Like, you know, someone who contributed, a contributor. Yeah.
And a beautiful person, as I can see you, Asma. What sort of advice, if you go back 30 years, you give to yourself now?
Oh, love yourself.
Love yourself.
Self-love.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Get to know who you are. Build that emotional regulation. Build that emotional strength. And then you're unbeatable. You can achieve anything. Absolutely anything.
Beautiful. Take care of yourself. Start with self-leadership and take care of your emotional and well-being. Is that right?
100%. 100%.
Take care of yourself, Asma. Thank you so much for these beautiful words, amazing words that we had today with you. And thank you for your time. I know you are so busy. Thank you so much for coming.
Such an honor. Thank you so much. Wallah. Thank you, Rawa.
In closing, my sincere message to every woman listening. I know life can be unkind, The weight of situations may push you to the edge. And there might be moments when all you want is to pause everything and run far away. But hold on. One day you will look back and see the impact of your resilience, the fruit of your effort. Don't lose hope. You may fall 7 times, but the 8th could be your breakthrough. And when a decision feels hardest to make, trust that is likely the one that will move you forward. Success is rarely handed to us easily. If talent and luck are part of the recipe, then hard work and persistence and perseverance are the secret ingredients that make it real. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of the Leaders Code podcast. Stay tuned. Another inspiring journey awaits you in the next one.